Connor McCaffrey. I mean this when I say this. I actually fully agree with what he's saying. But stay off the tweet. Stay off the tweet. Stay off the tweet. Because Twitter is just bugging again. So I'm not sure. Okay, it's back. I don't want to see, does he still have the tweet up? Or the unretweeted? No, he still has it up. He still has it up. He's after retweeting. And by the way, this is because Nike, every other brand was talking about Caitlin going back to Iowa, but Nike ignored it. Nike have ignored nearly everything Caitlin Clark has done over the last couple of years. And Connor McCaffrey retweets at Nike, y'all don't got internet or what? Their stock is continuing to tank, obviously. Obviously, like, Nike's Nike, and I don't think doing anything with Caitlin Clark is going to really help anything. Like, I don't think it's not going to help anything. I don't think it's going to save Nike or anything. She's not Jordan. They just dropped Asia's shoes. They can't be doing all that without starting a war. And that's the problem, is that, like, they just dropped A'ja Wilson's shoes, which means they're not allowed to say anything about any other player. And the one reason I have no problem with this, and a lot of people are saying, oh, it's A'ja's moment. The one reason I have no problem with this is, do you remember when it should have been Caitlin Clark's moment last year? Do you remember what A'ja Wilson did when it should have been Caitlin Clark's moment? Do you remember what A'ja did? Not people around A'ja. Not, the A'ja Wilson's friend, which was not that much of an equivalent of Connor McCaffrey, because Connor McCaffrey does not speak for Caitlin. Caitlin's not saying anything. Her boyfriend, does not speak for her, no matter what people want to say. Do we remember? Do we remember what happened? When Caitlin, last year, when it was meant to have been Caitlin Clark's moment. And they did what they did when it was meant to be Caitlin Clark's moment. A'ja Wilson did. A'ja Wilson literally made sure that they took away from Caitlin Clark's moment. Herself. Not her fans, not Bam, herself. Bam's been quiet. Bam knows. Connor McCaffrey reposted, Adidas would have had 7 different ad campaigns and a short film out already. Guaranteed are too scared to promote one women's basketball player. Time's such an embarrassment. Do you want to know why? Do we not remember what happened when they gave Breanna her shoes? Do we not remember the backlash? They treat promotion like it's social media. They treat it like it's social media. And they've ignored it. We saw what Gatorade did. We saw Gatorade for Caitlin Clark. What Gatorade did an unbelievable job promoting her. It's Nike have been silent. Nike have been silent. Every single brand. Imagine having a Caitlin Clark. Imagine having a Caitlin Clark. Having a Caitlin Clark and deciding we're good. We're good. Imagine having a CC as a brand and saying we have the most marketable athlete right now in America, but we don't want to market her. We have the easiest money we can make, the easiest promotion, but we good. We good. And imagine being Adidas right now, lowballing Caitlin Clark a year ago. Because Adidas lowballed her. They lowballed her. I mean this. They lowballed her. If you look at her deals last year, yes, the Under Armour deal was the best deal. Most per year and short term. Because, and by the way, with the Under Armour deal only being 4 years, she would have already had the leverage to renegotiate that deal for a gigantic deal. And I will say, I can't fault Caitlin Clark's agent for anything else other than this deal. I can't fault her for the deal because money-wise it was as much she was getting per year. But the big difference is that, Nike have this weird thing that when anything's happening with A'ja Wilson, they can't mention Caitlin Clark. Just like, do you remember in the commercial? In the commercial when they had the person calling out all the names and they had to use an AI voice? Do you remember the AI voice, the Rookie of the Year Caitlin Clark AI voice? It didn't even get the actual person to do it. It just showed a picture of her, a still image of a picture of Caitlin Clark's thing. And it was like, Rookie of the Year Caitlin Clark. And they had to add in post-production because everyone went so mad at the commercial when they hyped up every other player other than Caitlin Clark. I don't know what Nike are doing. And the fact that Conor McCaffrey has called it out means very clearly. And by the way, I don't think Caitlin Clark is that pissed with the Nike deal. I don't think she's that pissed with it. She gets to wear her Kobe's. She gets to do all this stuff. But I have a feeling that the people around Caitlin Clark are probably pissed about that deal. But again, I think Caitlin Clark's completely fine with that stuff. I don't think she lets it bother her. I don't think she cares too much about this money. I think it's a little bit like when it comes, like with some of these stuff, I don't think that she cares. I think she plays ball. I think she gets her Nike shoes and the money. I wouldn't be surprised when it comes to like the money for Caitlin Clark if she just has that all put away. She probably has a good financial person, or if her parents have their head screwed on, the money is just being put away, saved, and put into some very safe investments. That's my prediction for Caitlin Clark. But the Nike shareholders should be making a bigger deal about this. Exactly. I think, as you can see, like the fans of Caitlin are probably more pissed than Caitlin is about it. You're like, oh, Caitlin's happy, so you should be happy. Clearly, even her boyfriend's not happy. So clearly people around her are, I'm not going to say mad. Someone said she's definitely not mad, but she's annoyed. Yeah, that's probably right. You're probably right seeing all the promotion. And by the way, I don't think Caitlin Clark sees any of this promotion from Gatorade. I don't think she does. Because I think, again, Caitlin Clark has got a good enough group of people around her that they're not letting Caitlin Clark buy her own hype. They're not letting her buy her own hype. But the people around her are seeing the hype. Conor McCaffrey's on social media, whereas Caitlin Clark's not. The people around her are seeing the hype. And they can be pissed off about it as well. Because imagine if you're pissed off as a fan seeing all this type of stuff going on. Imagine how pissed off you'd be as a friend seeing all this stuff going on. And obviously, look, Caitlin Clark's making a ton of money. Her agent's an unbelievable job, and all those corporate gigs she's getting, she is making millions just to show up and tell the same 3 stories over and over again. So the fact that like she's doing that, you gotta give props to her agent for that. But the Nike deal, and the funny thing is that if she had a shoe, if she had her own merch, because she gets a cut of all of that, it would be one thing. It would be one thing. They already have a Paige Bueckers line of clothes. They have a Paige Bueckers line of clothes already. They literally have a Paige Bueckers line of clothes and nothing for Caitlin Clark. Nothing for Caitlin Clark's big games. It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. And again, you look at what Reebok is doing with Angel Reese. Like, they're doing an incredible job with Angel Reese. And you're looking at what Adidas is doing with Aaliyah Boston. You're looking at all of these things. And it's genuinely, it's shocking. And whatever about the signature shoe, I don't even mind that. Paige has her own line. You bought some Caitlin Clark Nike gear on Nike. Oh no, there is Caitlin Clark stuff, but she has that one t-shirt. And the Rookie of the Year one where they just put text on a t-shirt. But like, Paige has her literal own line of clothes. Has her own PE already in college. And with Caitlin Clark, you get nothing. And like, you don't even get like, a mention for a big return to Iowa. You don't even get a mention. Where everyone else is hyping it up. Every other brand she works with, you don't even get a mention. Paige gets her own draft party. She gets called the one. They called Paige the one. Caitlin Clark was, Caitlin Clark was nothing. And they also someone leaked how much Caitlin Clark was getting paid. We don't know anyone else's shoe deal. Someone leaked what Caitlin Clark's deal was getting paid, what she was getting paid, and A'ja Wilson was there making sure to ruin the moment for Caitlin Clark when she signed that deal. So then Nike have been scared ever since, because I would be shocked if it was Caitlin Clark's agent, because she's an agent to a bunch of players in the WNBA and no one's heard anything else. So it's probably somebody inside Nike that just didn't like Caitlin Clark that leaked it. It's just been a shambles. Nike and Caitlin Clark's been a shambles, and the fact that Conor McCaffrey's talking about it means obviously people around her are feeling the same thing as well.